Hi, welcome to Yellowknife Homestead. I'm Kelly.
And I'm John. So in this episode of Hottie on the Homestead...
No, wait, we weren't doing that.
Hunks on the homestead?
Nor that.
What?
We're just talking about the homestead today. We're just introducing ourselves because we have a whole bunch of new followers.
Yeah, but they want it spiced up. They want something exciting. They don't want the boring, hey, this is Kelly and this is John. And here we are in our kitchen. You know, they want Hottie in the Homestead or Hunk in the Homestead or something like that.
Well, we're not doing that.
Okay, all right.
So,
let me know what you think. Let me know. No. We're going to take a poll.
No.
Well, I am Polish, partially. So
Yes.
We do a poll.
We're both Polish, but that has nothing to do with this.
Anyway.
So now that you've wasted 45 seconds of our video time with all this extra stuff that you didn't really need to say.
That's me.
So, yes, we're married. I've got the ring on. 37 years to be exact. How many kids we have?
9.
When did that happen?
I don't remember. I would come home from work and there'd be a couple kids at the dining room table and we're eating, and come home the next day and there's a few more, and I'm like, and then a couple years later,
Can you tell
I don't even have a place
is in
to
the
sit at the
family?
table, and I'm like, can I have can you scoot over and I'll just slide in?
So we have 9
yeah.
kids. We have 5 boys and 4 girls. We're almost evenly split. We had 2 that went to heaven too. But we also have 4 grandkids now.
And one on the way.
Yeah, we got a little baby dog.
At least one that I know of.
Yeah, we don't know of any others at this point, just one.
Yep.
So we have our homestead here in Ohio, and we have been doing this we've lived here at this place for 17 years, and we've been actively homesteading for probably about 14 to 15 of those years. I don't remember the exact year that we really got more into homesteading. The kids introduced us to 4-H and started doing projects, and next thing you know, we just kind of rolled with it. This has always been my passion, for sure. I love gardening. I love doing stuff like that. So I lead most of this, and he has enabled me to do a lot of it by coming alongside of me. But we have many animals.
Yeah, it's definitely, like she said, we really started out with chickens. The kids came home, it's like, hey, we want to get involved in the fair, and we want to do this and that. And we're like, okay, well, what is that? What do you need? And, it really started out, well, I think broilers, meat birds are the easiest thing to kind of start off with. And so that's what we started off with. And the next thing you know, we're doing lambs and a goat and pigs, and we did rabbits and turkeys, and the kids have done so many different things at the fair, and it was an absolute blast. It was a great experience. I remember when we were first married, we went to the Medina County Fair, and we're pushing, one of the kids in the strollers, and we're looking, and I remember, oh man, can we touch the lamb? Can, whatever. And they're like, oh, and you got all these people sitting there in chairs and laying down on bales of hay and all that kind of stuff. And then fast forward, and it dawned on me one day when we're actually in now Wayne County, and we're sitting in the barns, and we're sitting on bales of hay and chairs with lambs and whatnot, and a family strolls through with a stroller. Hey, can we pet the lamb? I'm like, sure, yeah, go ahead. And it dawned on me, it's like, dude, that was you, back in the day, and just how things have changed. So yeah, but the youngest is 18 and she's graduated, but this has really become a lifestyle. It's not a profession. It's not something that we're necessarily out to make money on, but hey, that doesn't mean that we won't sell stuff. And so, we'll be in touch. We'll give you a call. Call me. But anyway, we're going to be call her. I don't have my glasses on. I can't hear. So we do meat birds, and we have layers. So we sell eggs and turkeys. We sell turkeys for Thanksgiving, and we've got lambs. Those are really the ones that we've kind of stuck with for the most part.
Yeah, so every summer you'll see lots of animals. Right now, with it being February, all we really have on the homestead is the layers.
Yeah.
And we have somewhere between 80, 90 of them right now, but we do have a lot of roosters. And so the roosters will get called back because we have too many for our flock. And that's a natural part of having chickens. You have to keep things in the right combinations. And I hatched out a bunch of our own eggs last year, which meant we got more roosters. Actually, last year was great because we got more hens than roosters. So we had for every rooster, we had 2 hens. So we got way more hens last year from our eggs being hatched out. Normally it's about 50-50, but I'd say it was 1-to-2 ratio last year, which is kind of nice. We ended up with more hens. But we have the hens, and then we also, so you'll see here coming in the next couple months, you'll see our posts being more about the animals and things going on outside, the gardening and those kind of things. Right now we're inside doing stuff. You're seeing a lot more videos from us with food, and my doing the sourdough bread and stuff like that. I do sell the sourdough bread. I'm kind of working on that now. There's a transition going on here for us, but we really enjoy doing these things. We also have the garden.
Going back to the eggs, the one thing, a lot of people talk about, we go to the store and you get white eggs, and then the big thing is, brown eggs.
Oh wait, let me grab an egg.
Yeah, actually grab a couple different colors, because when we sell our eggs, we've actually, we've advertised them as rainbow eggs, because we have such a variety. We've got very, browns and tans, and this is so speckled, and you've got various shades of greens, and this is
sometimes.
nothing. We've got sometimes pink and blue tones, and it's just really kind of a rainbow of colors. So that's actually kind of how we've been advertising. We sell rainbow eggs, so we really try to have a kind of a nice variety in each dozen. It's just fun.
It is. It makes it a lot more fun, and people love our rainbow eggs. They actually ask for them.
Oh yeah.
And we have customers who are regulars that they get first priority because they are regulars. I have one gentleman who gets like 16 dozen because he has people who have him grab them for him.
Yeah, next Tuesday, 16 dozen at least.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. But let's move on to some of our other things like gardening.
Mm-hmm.
So John's working on making me some raised beds this year.
Mm-hmm. We've already started.
Yeah, so that's one of the goals. We're constantly shifting, reevaluating, deciding what we're going to do next. This year we were going to go a little bit lighter on some things, but with the things that I'm hearing coming down the pike from multiple sources in the areas that I keep track of, we're really feeling that to go light this year on the garden is not necessarily the best thing. We also encourage our kids to come over and grab stuff out of our pantry and out of our freezers to help them out. Especially with the economy right now, anything we can do to help our kids is we're tickled pink. But gardening is all kinds of vegetables, from corn and beans to pumpkins and squash and zucchini and peas. And there's some things that I've done very successfully with gardening, and then there's other things that I'm still struggling with. I am on the struggle bus with onions. I've got a tray of onion seeds downstairs that I'm trying to start from scratch, and maybe this year finally I'll get it to the point where I'll actually get some decent amounts of onions out of the ground. I've done the research, I've done the reading, I make sure I have the right kind and everything else, and I'm ticking off the boxes of what I've done wrong, and I don't let that stop me though. I learn from my mistakes, and I go back and I evaluate what was good and what was bad and move forward. Brassicas are another one that kind of elude me to some degree. But every year I look back and I say, okay, what did I do? What changed? This past year we had a hazy month of July. It caused all of our crops to be delayed in growth and stunted. That will affect you majorly. So was it me? It might have just been the fact that my peppers and my brassicas struggled because of the haze, causing them to be delayed to the point where I just didn't get the production out of them that I would have wanted for what we need. And so I'm back to the drawing board. I'm going to look at it again. Peppers I've done well in years. This past year was not a good year, and I think it was the haze more so than anything, along with the weeds, because I was working full time and I could not keep up on the garden like I wanted to. Plus I had an injury that I was dealing with that also made it a lot harder for me to get out to the garden as frequently as what I needed to, because I'd come home in a lot of pain. But you have to take all those things into account when you're doing things and not allow them to discourage you, but just to keep going. I have a whole journal that I keep every year on what I'm doing, and I evaluate things throughout the year, and I keep records. I keep track of things. So that's the garden. Then we're also foodies. And most of you know that foodies do a lot of food. I've always cooked from scratch. I enjoy cooking from scratch. We enjoy posting our recipes. We enjoy sharing what we're doing. So we take things from the garden. I can them. I preserve them. We have our jams and our sauces. He makes the barbecue sauces. I do the jams. It's just kind of the way it's kind of happened in our family. And we do sell these, by the way.
Yeah, so the
These are
barbecue sauce, how that came about was, took a look at the pantry and, just kind of see the variety. And we've always been kind of proud of the idea that everything that we have that's tomato based, other than ketchup and barbecue sauces, we make our own.
Yeah.
We have spaghetti sauces and we have canned, we have stewed, we have sauce, we have tomato paste, we have salsas of various kinds. But it seemed like one of the things, and we tried ketchup.
Yeah, you didn't like my ketchup at all.
No, the Shia, we tried ketchup and
it was not,
no.
it wasn't a failure as far as ketchup was concerned. We just didn't like the taste. And it wasn't to our taste bud liking. And we're very picky. We have certain things, and we're not big vinegar fans. And I think it had a lot of vinegar flavor to it. And
it's just people everybody has their flavor, and you're used to going to the store and getting that ketchup, or this brand or whatever. And so it's really a matter of trying to find a recipe for kind of like that taste.
Yeah.
But we'll get there. So anyway, taking a look at that, and one thing that we kind of thought about, and I was in the pantry and I'm like, we got jars of peaches from, I won't even say how long ago, and they're still good. I remember popping one of them open, and I'm like, man, these are really good. But what can we do with it? And it dawned on me, what if I made some barbecue sauce, like a peach barbecue sauce? So we found a recipe, and I kind of followed the recipe. I rarely do.
I rarely do too.
It's
so
kind of a basic idea, and went from there and came up with peach barbecue sauce. And so there's some other ones that I've got percolating in my head that I want to try. Really excited. So stay tuned, because we are going to play with some of those ideas in the future.
More experiments going on.
Yes.
But they'll be his, not mine.
Right.
So.
Yep. So a lot of baking.
Yes,
and
baking.
Sourdough, right?
Sourdough. So you've seen some of my posts about sourdough starters, and what I'm doing with that. And I can't say I'm a master. There are times where I struggle, just like the rest of you, but I just keep going. I just keep figuring out what I did wrong, try to analyze it, try to make it better, try to go to the next level. And it's easy. I mean, for me, I have baked since I was 8 years old. I took over my mom's kitchen by the time I was 13, 14. She worked full time, so Saturdays, my day off from school, I would be baking the entire day. She'd come home and she'd just look at me and she goes, "You're cleaning the kitchen." And she told me years later, "You always clean the kitchen. I never had any problem." I'm like, "Oh, thank God I did something right." So you know how it is with mother and daughter sometimes. But so baking's my passion. Baking and canning are definitely my passions, more so than cooking. I do a good job of cooking, but it's not as much my passion as baking and canning are.
Yeah, I do the smoking, and not the kind you're thinking. I smoke meats, not weeds or anything like that.
And you've probably seen, we do have a video of him smoking the turkey, and so he smokes various meats throughout the year, and we enjoy that as just part of our regular diet, really.
Yeah, and really our primary meats are chicken and lamb, and then some venison, pork, turkey.
We have a little bit of beef.
And some beef.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. But the lamb that's my kind of domain. I just enjoy it. And I've got my herbs and seasonings that I use, a very specific blend. And everybody raves.
So we just want to let you know a little bit about us. I know this is a long video, and we'll probably break it into two parts, part one and part two, because it is so long. But we are here to help you become a better homesteader. Our goal and our focus, whether it's through humor or seriousness, because that's the way we're wired, it's to convey and help you to grow as a homesteader, whether you're gardening, baking, canning, you have animals, and the little bit of knowledge we have, we're willing to share. So if you want to ask us questions at any time, we will field those to the best of our ability.
Yep, John at Hunk on the Homestead, or
No.
Never mind.
No, we're not going there. I keep telling you that. And you keep carrying this around with you.
It's okay. All right.
This man, Lord, this man.
You're welcome.
What was that voice?
I heard it too. I think they did too. But that's enough for today. We'll see you soon. This is John
And Kelly.
from Yellowknife Homestead, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.